country back? How are we going to fight this corruption? How are we going to take this country back and let the country continue to move?
Proceed to offer every prayer to Chukwu Okike Abiyama who said it in heaven. Therefore, as we always commence, not from today but from of old, our Father who art in heaven, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee. All over this very planet that you created, they are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation as only you ordained. That this very gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the spirit, because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace. Under our command, O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, We will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said.
Welcome, my fellow Biafrans. Thank you so much for joining me wherever you are joining me from. If you're joining me from Biafra land, from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, or from any part of the world, I appreciate you and I thank you so much for your patience on joining me on this very broadcast. I appreciate you. Please kindly share the video to your friends and family. Share it to anybody that needs to hear our voice. Let them hear what we have to say. Because the time that we are in is a time that we must not be silent. It's a time that we have to speak out for the world to hear us and hear us clear. We have to make our stand clearer now more than ever. We have to continue to make our stance clear. From the onset, Mazen Nandekana have made it clear to everyone what we are looking for. And those of us who are still holding the banner of Mazen Nandekana today, we are making it clear to people what we are looking for. What we are asking for is Biafra, an independent country of Biafra and nothing else. We are not looking for anything in that zoological republic called Nigeria. We are not looking for anything called a presidency, called whatever they want to call it. We are not interested in it. The only thing that we are pursuing and we are seeking is the independent Biafra, a place where we have to save our life, a place where our life will be safe and secured, a place we can grow at our own speed. That is what we're asking for. And that is what Mazen Nandekano have been asking for and pursuing until they kidnapped him. And today, we are holding that banner, standing on the same foundation that Mazen Nandekano have led. So you all know, Chukwu Okukabiam, as I always say, have used Mazen Nandekano to anoint somebody who will carry this banner before he was kidnapped, which is Mazen Samuel Ekpa. And today, Mazen Samuel Ekpa stands as the spokesperson of Biafra. He is speaking for every Biafran person, speaking our mind. What we decide and what we want to do is what he says. He is not saying his own word. He is speaking our own mind. He is also going into the heart of Mazen Nandekano to pick up information and give to us. And that he has been doing. And Mazen Nandekano remain the leader of the struggle. Mazen Nandekano remain the leader of the Biafran struggle. It doesn't matter wherever he is, he remains the leader. But the only thing that we are saying is that we are going to protect our leader by our own strength and with our own blood. And this is the time for us to protect him. We cannot be waiting for any information or instruction from there in the dungeon. We are the enemy territory. We cannot wait for that. Mazen Nandekano told us ever before he was kidnapped that we know what to do when we don't see him. So many of you have forgotten. Mazen Nandekano told us we know what to do. And every single thing that we are supposed to do, Mazen Nandekano have told you and I ever before he was kidnapped. He told you and I what to do. He told us what we do when we don't see him, that we should make sure we burn down the zoo. He went ahead and said, you and I know what to do, because he has given us so many lectures, so many informations are there out, but so many of us are keeping our ears deaf. So many of us are pretending not to know what Mazen Nandekano have said in the past. Every of those information, we are replaying it and bringing it back to your face so that you can be able to remember where our supreme leader Mazen Nandekano stands. That is where every Biafran stand, every genuine Biafran, that is where we stand. And nothing can change our stand. That is why today I have chosen the topic that I choose. If you see the topic I choose there, I say the truth coming too late. A truth that is coming too late. We have crossed the Rubicon. Mazen Nandekano have said a time without that number. And our spokesperson, Mazen Simon Ekpa, repeats the same thing, that we have crossed the Rubicon. That is why the liberation of Biafra have started as you're watching this video. The liberation of Biafra have started. And the men on the ground are working tirelessly to make sure that Biafra is being rescued. As they are moving forward in the Zulu Republic to open up their campaign today. We have already opened up the campaign of the liberation of Biafra, and that campaign of the liberation of Biafra supersedes every other campaign in Biafra land. The campaign of the liberation of Biafra supersedes every other campaign in Biafra land. That is why I chose this topic today, to remind you where we are. And before I continue on this topic, I have to first of all, play a video. On that video, so many of us have watched that video and we got angry. So many of us are not pleased with what happened. But let me tell you, the video I'm going to play is a video of where Pa Ayo Adebanjo, one of the eldest men we respect in that Zoological Republic, one of the elder statesmen that we respect, Pa Ayo Adebanjo from Oduduwa land. This man has been very consistent and is one of the person that our Supreme Damazin can hold to high esteem. He respects him so much. Pa Ayo Adebanjo came out to declare their stance in the Zoological Republic. When you listen to him carefully, he was talking about people pushing them to go for the Igbo presidency. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I'm not expecting Pa Ayo Adebanjo to come and fight for me for my Biafra. I don't expect him to come and fight for Biafra. He has to do what to deal with. So whatever he's doing today is what he's supposed to do as a goodwill to the Biafran people. And he has done it. He has said it time without number, and he has already said it that the people of Biafra are suffering and they are facing intimidation and facing every manner of oppression. And you cannot tell the Biafrans to remain in the Zoological Republic while you are oppressing them. That is what Pa Ayo Adebanjo have said in so many cases, in so many videos. He have said it, his stance remained the same. He never changed. That you cannot continue to show injustice against the Biafran people and yet you are forcing them to be in the Zoological Republic. And let me tell you, the injustice has continued. Even in this their so-called election, the injustice is continuing. Even as they are preparing for the election, the injustice is increasing. That is why we are standing on our ground and say that there will be no election in Biafra land. It doesn't matter what anybody said. We appreciate his concern. We appreciate his concern and whatever he has to say. But let me tell you, Mazen Nande Kanu have only one mandate. Every Biafran in Biafra land, we have only one mandate: to restore Biafra. We are not looking for any Igbo presidency. We are not looking for any new or better Nigeria. What we are looking for and asking for is what? What we're asking for is an independent state of Biafra. That is what we're asking for. And that we will continue to ask for until we get it. And no man born of a woman can stop, because in 2022, 2023, Biafra will be declared. And that Biafra that we are seeking for, every one of us will be part of it. So before I continue, I'm going to play that video of what Pa Ayo Adebanjo has to say. Listen to it. Let me tell you, as you are listening, keep your mind cool. Pick up the real information. There's information you're going to pick there, and there are some you're going to throw away. Why I'm playing it for you to see that even in the whole situation, in the midst of all their lies, in the midst of all their blackmail, in the midst of all the deceit and distraction, there is an atom of truth that you're going to hold hand and make sure you do not participate in anything that has to do with the election. Injustice remains. Injustice against the Biafrans have increased. Injustice against Biafra have increased. The killing of Biafrans have increased. That is why we will never, ever participate in anything called election. It doesn't matter who is involved or who is speaking. Listen to Pa Ayo Adebanjo first of all, before I continue.
I've never tasted presidency in Nigeria. And now the power is due back in the South. Equity demands that it be ceded to the Igbo. We cannot continue to demand that the Igbo people remain in Nigeria while we at the same time continue to brutally marginalize and exclude them from the power dynamic. Peter Obi is the person of Igbo extraction that the Afenifer has decided to support and to back. Is the man we trust to restructure the country back to federalism on the assumption of office. We will not compromise this principle of justice, equity, and inclusiveness, because one of our own, Ashwaji Bola Tinubu, is a front-line candidate. It is on this principle we condemn the PDP for sponsoring Atiku Abubakar, a northern Fulani Muslim, to succeed General Muhammad Buhari, another Fulani Muslim. We enjoy the labor movement, students, youth organizations, women associations, and every institution whose foundation is built on fairness and justice to join hands in this task of enthroning a democratic government by supporting Peter Obi. If you are sincere and honest about keeping Nigeria together in peace, the slogan henceforth should be to keep Nigeria one, everybody should be.
You have heard. I played that video to show you the interest of the Oduduwa elder, Pa Ayo Adebanjo, on the Biafran people. You see, some of us, when we watch certain videos, we watch it with a very negative part. Every single video I play here have a reason why I play it. I have a reason for playing the videos I play. Just like some of the videos I play from their conventional media. Why I play those videos from their conventional media is for you to see through it and see what is going on in that Zoological Republic. Why you must work harder to get your own nation, Biafra. I am not playing those videos to promote the Zoological Republic. Some people come to the comment section when I send those videos, they begin to write some unnecessary items. I play those videos. It is not every video I see in their conventional media that I share. Not every video. There are certain videos I share from the conventional for you to listen. The mindset of the people who call themselves politicians, they want to put your own life in their hand. For you to see between their lies and their truth. For you to see, because some of the time when we say certain things that we say, people don't believe it. But when you go to their conventional media and you pay attention to what those politicians and the so-called one Nigerians, what they say when they come to their media, then you begin to understand why we are asking out of this Zoological Republic. That is why I play so many videos. I send so many, go to my platform, you see so many videos I get from their conventional media. Most of their discussion, mainly on their politics and everything, I share it. For you to listen, watch it, and you hear the mindset of people who claim to be defending you. What do we do and what their plans are? If you don't hear from them, most of them, it will seem as if you're making it up. And if you don't hear from them, you don't know how to tackle them. That is where I share those videos. I don't share all. The important ones that you have to learn from, those are the ones I share. And every video I play have a reason why I play it. Just like the video I just played now about Pa Ayo Adebanjo. Pa Ayo Adebanjo is a man that Mazen Nandi can respect so much, hold him to high esteem. Very consistent. This was the same man who raised up the cause of the issue of, who stood up for the issue of restructuring. He stood up for restructuring and talked about it. The whole Southwest followed it before the so-called Igbo begin to talk about it. Today, he's still in the forefront. He's still in the forefront fighting for the cause of an Igbo man. But the people who call themselves Ohanese and Igbo, have you seen them make any press statement? The Ohanese and Igbo, have you seen them coming out to put their weight behind anybody? They never do that, and they will not. Because these people are lily-livered and cowards. You see why we must not remain in the Zoological Republic? Because the Zoological Republic is making us to imbibe the slavery attitude. That slavery attitude is so much on our politicians and those who call themselves Ohanese and Igbo. If you had listened very well in the message of Pa Ayo Adebanjo, let me tell you, don't expect Pa Ayo Adebanjo to come and promote Biafra for you. It is you and I that will fight for our freedom. You have to promote Biafra, not him. He will not provide for Biafra. You will promote the struggle for yourself. When you promote the struggle and channel it to the right direction, you are going to get support from him. And you see what he said. If you have listened very carefully while he was making his statement, he said, you cannot tell the Igbo Biafrans to remain in Nigeria while you brutalize them and dehumanize them. You cannot be talking about one Nigeria, talking about unity, telling the Igbo Biafrans to remain in Nigeria, you're telling them to stop secession, while you dehumanize them, while you destroy them, while you brutalize them. That is what he said. And I ask you that is watching me, has the brutality stopped? The brutality of the Zoological Republic, has it stopped? It has increased. The dehumanization of the Biafrans by the Zoological Republic, has it stopped? It has increased. The killing of the Biafrans by the Zoological Republic, have it stopped? It has increased. This is why we have to step up our effort to get out of the Zoological Republic. And that is why our brother Simon Ekpa, the spokesperson of Biafra, is consistent, moving with all speed to restore Biafra in 2023 before it is too late. You see why we say there will be no election in Biafra land. There will be no election in Biafra. Maden Nandekano has made it clear that if you are a Biafran and you are talking about election, I want to play it. Anytime I come on broadcast, I will play it. Hear from Maden Nandekano. what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said about those of you who are believing in the election, those of you who are preparing for campaign, those of you who are promoting Obi, listen to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said about you. Listen and hear from the supreme leader of IPOB himself. Here.
They are part of sign agreement. New Nigeria. Let's move for New Nigeria. Me. You talk to me about New Nigeria. You're a madman. A child of Biafra. You're to discuss New Nigeria. Thunder will kill, destroy you and your lineage. These are the idiots. When they're talking, hey, the Fulanis are coming. They are coming here. The Gambari, they are coming. So when I was telling you before, you didn't know. So you did not know before. You were deaf and dumb. When I was telling you before that they are coming, you didn't know. They married that they were coming. Useless set of people. Psychophants. IPOB is consistency personified. We don't change. It doesn't matter what you do. You can write your garbage. You can yap and gossip from now till 2099. That is your business. We don't move an iota. Where we are is where we are. Our agenda is our agenda. We are not shaking. Not to the right, not to the left. Unshakable. Gossip from now till the kingdom come. Unshakable. Indestructible. This movement is indestructible. Not by man. They have not given birth to you to convince me to join New Nigeria movement. A bunch of criminals and bastards everywhere. I am a child of heaven. I'm a child of heaven. I don't engage in all this nonsense. Biafra is my mission. My parents died as soon as Elohim said it is there. Look at it, I've given it to you people. And he told them. Then I move forward and then get Biafra. Nonsense. New Nigeria. Thunder fire all of you.
You heard it. Did you hear that from our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? You see people who claim to be followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. People who even use the pictures of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, use his prayers and everything to push both themselves and both their platform. Yet, they forget this word. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that IPOB is consistency personified. Now I ask you, go and check. Since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, which of the group are consistent? Who and who has been consistent since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped? Since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. For those of you who are sitting on the fence, who pretend to be confused, I am asking you, since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, who are those who are the consistent? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have made it clear. You know, sometimes when we say things, people think we are making it up, but we try as much as possible to dig deep and get the information directly from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu so that you can hear him speak. You heard Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talking. You heard him. What he had to say about people who are talking about the election, about people who are talking about politics, about political solutions. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say that if you are talking about election, if you are one of those who is planning for anything election, or you're going to go out to begin to campaign, that is why we are moving with all speed. That is why we are increasing us. Share this video on your platform. Share it any place you belong. Share to family and friends. Share to anybody that connected to you. Let them hear. As the Zoological Republic are opening their campaign, we have already opened the campaign of the liberation of Biafra. It has started. A heavy campaign of liberation of Biafra has started. And we are not going back. We are not going back. You heard Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say it, that IPOB established by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the original IPOB, autopiloted now by Chukwu Okike Abiama himself, under the spokesmanship of Mazi Simon Ekpa, on the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That IPOB is unshakable. They are consistency personified. They don't change. What we said yesterday, we say today, and we'll say tomorrow. And the only demand we are making is what? Biafra and nothing else. We appreciate Pa Ayo Adebanjo for his concern on the plight of the Igbo Biafrans. But that is not what I'm fighting for. We are not fighting for because of the plight of the Igbo Biafrans. Neither are we fighting for Igbo presidency or whatever. What we are fighting for is an independent state of Biafra. And that will go for. And thank Chukwu Okike that he himself, Pa Ayo Adebanjo, An elder statement that we respect so much, we held to high esteem, confessed by himself that you cannot continue to brutalize the Biafran people. You cannot continue to dehumanize Biafran people. You cannot continue to take the life of Biafran people and you expect them to be in your so-called one Nigeria. You cannot continue to push your injustice against the Biafran people and yet you want them to be part of your one Nigeria. It is not possible. We cannot be part of that madness. We cannot be part of it. That is why I played that video for you to listen. You know, so many videos I play, you don't just get angry when you see somebody speaking online. Try to follow up every single statement. In between all those their lies, you are going to see the truth. You are going to see the truth. Every reason why we must not participate in the election was mentioned by Pa Ayo Adebanjo in that speech. The brutality against the Biafran people, the dehumanization of the Biafran people, the killing of Biafran people, it is still happening. It has even increased. It has increased. Today, they are using our own people. The Department of Saboteurs have volunteered themselves to use them to destroy Biafran people. Hope Uzodinma, a politician, a governor, is now providing himself as an instrument to destroy Biafran people. The deaths have increased. The destruction have increased. The loss of life have increased. The dehumanization have increased. What else? What else are you going to hold on to say you want to go and begin to talk about the election? What are you going to hold on? I thank you where we are. We are not going back. We are not going back. Every single one of you should remember the last word Mazen Nandekano spoke to us when he appeared in the court last time. Mazen Nandekano told us that Biafra will come. No man born of a woman can stop it. And he went ahead to tell us and gave us a charge that we have to defend Biafra land, not to kill Biafra people. That is what Mazen Nandekano said. Today, you see the Department of Saboteurs. They have taken the responsibility of taking the life of innocent Biafrans. The Department of Saboteurs have taken the responsibility of taking the life of it. They have even volunteered themselves, formed a force. They have formed their own security outfit to fight against the children of God. A legitimate group that Mazen Nandekano established to protect you and I. They went on their own way to form a different platform to fight against that group that is to protect you and I. And you think it's going to be well with them? Chukwu will not allow them to go free. Every single one of them that will make an attempt to take the life of Biafra, just as Mazen Nandekano have said, if you take the life of Biafra, you will definitely pay in the land of Biafra. Nobody that spills blood in Biafra land, innocent blood in Biafra land will go free. You cannot go free. As many as are marching, as soon as you cross our border and enter, you will not return. If you cross the border and enter the Biafra area, it doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your location. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. It doesn't matter your country. As soon as you enter inside Biafra land to come and take the life of the innocent Biafrans, you can never return alive. Chukwu Okeke made it, stamped it through our Mazen Nandekano, through our prophet Mazen Nandekano. And that word must surely come to pass. Today, we see our spokesperson, Mazen Simon Ekpa, building on that very platform, on the foundation that Mazen Nandekano have led. That is why he is making a great progress. That is why Mazen Simon Ekpa is making progress. And it doesn't matter how you hate him. It doesn't matter what you say about him. It doesn't matter. The more you castigate him, the more you blackmail him, the more he excels. Even the saboteurs are confessing. Go to their platform. They are mad. After all they have done, the autopiloted IPOB by Chukwu Okeke himself are waxing strong. Stronger than ever. And the restoration of Biafra, the liberation of Biafra have started without waiting for anybody. The liberation of Biafra started without waiting for anybody. And it will continue. It doesn't matter whether you believe it or you don't believe it. It doesn't matter whether you are ready or not ready. The liberation have started and it will continue. I am sorry for those who have decided to commit suicide. There are so many Biafrans. There are so many Biafrans who have decided to commit suicide, who have decided to stand against themselves and their own life and their own unborn children. People have said that over their dead body would Biafra come. And they didn't only just say it, they are working towards that. That was why they formed another security outfit to fight against a legitimate outfit that Chukwu Okeke gave Mazen Nandekano the inspiration to form. None of them knew how the ESN come about. They thought it was a joke. And when Mazen Nandekano unveiled ESN, all hell break loose. But today, they thought after kidnapping Mazen Nandekano that would be the end of the ESN. But as they kidnapped Mazen Nandekano, ESN started growing stronger. ESN remains what they are. And today, that same ESN are marching forward for the restoration of Biafra. And I thank Chukwu Okike for our brother Simon Ekpa, who has been able to unify every other armed group in Biafra land. Every genuine armed group in Biafra land. I appreciate every single one of them, and I pray that Chukwu Okike will continue to strengthen and guide and protect every genuine armed group in Biafra land who has come out openly to join the liberation of Biafra. So many of them have come out. So many have come out. And today, that unity that we're talking about, we are getting into that unity. We are already having that unity. That is why I tell you that the 100 men that Mazen Nandekano was asking for, people who were born from their mother's womb for this cause, they are more than 100. And they are all working on different areas. Some are in media. Some are on the ground fighting. Some are volunteering financially. Some are doing great work and nobody is flinching an inch. Biafra will definitely come in 2023, and to be clear, we are far ahead of them. Even before they unveil their evil campaign, we have already started the campaign of the liberation of Biafra. It has started. Water, water everywhere. Water, water in Biafra. It doesn't matter whom you are. As long as you come to Biafra land to take the life of innocent Biafra, you're going to get it water, water. You will get it. And there is no going back. It doesn't matter the name you give yourself. It doesn't matter your tribe or religion. As long as you are coming against Biafran people, you will pay. You're going to pay. You will pay. You pay dearly. A heavy price is what they're going to pay. Because the coming of Biafra, no man born of a woman can stop it. And the coming of Biafra will translate the automatic release of Mazen Nandekano. The freedom, automatic freedom of Mazen Nandekano is coming. And that is why we have to fight more. That is why we have to be strong. That is why we have to move faster. Because we cannot afford to allow Mazen Nandekano to remain in dungeon. You have heard about his health condition. The supreme leader of IPOB, the supreme leader of the Biafran people, his health is not in order. He has been in the hand of the enemy for too long. And we can no longer wait. Every speed we are taking today is to make sure that we move ahead into the release of Mazen Nandekano as soon as possible, without flinching an inch. And that we will do. It doesn't matter what anybody has to say. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. It doesn't matter if you want to contribute or not. Let me tell you, Chukwu Okike Abiama will raise stones, even use an enemy to release Mazen Nandekano at that appointed time. That is why we are not flinching. Anything we want to do, we will do it to restore Biafra, because that will bring the coming of Mazen Nandekano. And let me tell you, as I always say, no man, born of a woman, has the authority over Mazen Nandekano on his life or his freedom. You don't have that. It's only Chukwu Okike Abiama who allowed him to go for that leave. When it expires, he's going to bring it back to us. And no man can stop it. It doesn't matter how you try. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. All we have to do is what we are doing now. And anybody that is watching me, any place you're watching me from, if you are a Biafran, if you are a true Biafran, this is the time you have to pursue the agenda of Biafra. Whatever Chukwu Okike Abiama is putting in your heart to do, start doing it. Don't wait for anybody. Don't even wait for recognition. Don't wait for anybody. Anything that Chukwu Okike Abiama put in your heart to do for the coming of Biafra, for the restoration and liberation of Biafra, start doing it. The liberation has started. Biafra must be liberated. If you know you are entitled in media, join the media. Don't wait for anybody to beg you. Don't wait for anybody to recognize you. Continue speaking with the voice. Make sure that the world continue to hear what is happening in Biafra land. The destruction and death they are bringing upon our people. Hope Uzodinma is busy taking the life of innocent Biafrans on daily basis. The genocide against Biafran people is still going on. Even as you're watching this video, people are missing. They kill Biafran people and they harvest their organs. They use it for whatever they want to use it for. And this is what we see all day. And the governors are in support of this evil. Every single one of us heard about the Biafran people that were murdered in the north. That the ISWAP murdered in the north. And they displayed them. Nobody came out to speak about it. Even their so-called presidential aspirant never talked about it. Did you hear Ohanese talk about it? They never talked about it. But if it were to be a northerner that was murdered in the southeast or in the southern part of Nigeria, you will see all of them. They will open up their mouth and begin to talk trash. They will open up their mouth and begin to talk condolence. Let me tell you, for the sake of record, no innocent man deserves to die. It doesn't matter your tribe, your religion, whoever you are. No innocent man deserves to lose his or her life. No innocent man deserves to lose his or her life. Regardless your religion, regardless your culture, regardless where you locate, regardless where you're coming from. But the genocide against Biafrans, people are silent. Mainly those who are supposed to be representing you and I, they are silent. They pretend not to hear what is going on. They pretend they are not seeing it. They pretend. Look at the video I played of Pa Ayo Adebanjo. Pa Ayo Adebanjo, that elder statement from Oduduwa land has always been in the forefront. He has always come, he has even come openly to demand for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he was asking the Zoological Republic, what crime has Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed? Pa Ayo Adebanjo said that on video. He made that comment. What crime? He was asking them, what crime has Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed? Is it a crime for somebody to ask for the freedom of his own people? Is it a crime? But how many times have you seen Ohanese and Igbo come and make an open request of the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? How many times have you seen the Ohanese and Igbo come and challenge the Zoological Republic to release their son that he committed no crime? Instead, they go on their knees and begin to prostrate and beg. Instead, they begin to beg and prostrate for committing no crime. Instead, they begin to make their own children criminals. Initially, they were the people, first of all, that opened their mouth to condemn their people. They were the first people. They were the first people that called IPOB a terrorist group. These people who are supposed to protect you, they were the first people that went ahead to proscribe IPOB. The proscription of IPOB was done by Ohanese and Igbo and the governors in the southeast. Ohanese and Igbo and the governors there came together and proscribed their own children, called them terrorists, and handed them over to the enemy to be killed. And since then, a lot of Biafrans have lost their life. So many Biafrans are in prison as you're watching the video. So many are in prison, even in the north. So many cannot be traced. Many Biafrans have lost their life, and more are still losing their life. Please share this video and like. Click like and share this. As you're joining and you're watching, don't just watch, click and like. All these are supports also to the channel. When you are liking and you're clicking and you're sharing, you are also supporting the channel to make sure that the information gets to other people. Because this is a time that we will talk. This is not the time to be silent. This is the time we are supposed to hold on to the media. Let the world know what's going on in the Biafra land. Because the liberation of Biafra have started. And a lot is going to happen. Many things are going to happen. That is why we must have to pay attention. As they are coming after Biafrans, taking our life, we cannot fold our hands. In our self-defense, we're going to protect ourselves. And the defense of Biafra this time around, it is not only to fold our hand and wait for them to come. As they come, we're going to march towards them. We will pay them a visit. That is what is going to happen. We have suffered enough. The situation of the Biafran people is so critical that in our own case, Biafrans, why we must not participate in anything called election. Why we must not. It doesn't matter who is coming out. It doesn't matter, even if it is your brother, even if it's your father, your mother, whoever it is, your benefactor. There is no need for you to participate because our own situation is worse than every other region. These same politicians they bring to us, we don't elect them. They appoint them, they give them condition on how to run us, and they make sure they run us down. And each time they come to power, any politician for the Southeast that is coming there to serve the caliphate. They only sing the music of the caliphate. They will never stand for you or fight for you. Example, Soludo. After shouting Soludo, 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 I was shouting on my platform until the day they did that election. I was shouting, no election, no election. The video is still there. I still have the video on my page. I was shouting, no election in Biafra, no election in Biafra. Meanwhile, the departments of saboteurs, they told people to go and vote. The Department of Saboteurs collected money and they told people to go and vote. They sold their soul to the enemy. Some of them said that when Soludo, they're going to have a chance and all this. Today, what are you seeing? The first program of Soludo was to destroy the Biafran struggle. And since Soludo came to power, he has been pursuing the destruction of the Biafran people. The destruction of the struggle, that is what he has been pursuing. Since the day one he entered office up to today, he is still pursuing the destruction of the IPOB. And he has succeeded finally in capturing the Department of Saboteurs. But to his failure, before he was able to capture the Department of already, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, anointed son, the disciple of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, already has taken over the whole place. Biafrans are not listening to the Department of Saboteurs anymore. Biafrans don't listen to them. The only voice that the Biafran people have today is our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, and everybody's with him. And they know it too well. They know it too. Why the governor of Anambra says he's boasting that now the Department of Saboteurs are in his pocket, they are working with him. The original autopiloted IPOB by Chukwu Kabemo, formed by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, under the spokesmanship of Master Simon Ekpa, is standing their ground. Unchangeable, unshakable, consistency personified, pursuing every single agenda of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to the end. And that we will continue to do. That is why we have started the struggle we have started the liberation. The liberation on speed and no slowing down. Even the Biafrans are even saying that he's too slow. Biafrans are even saying that Mazen Simon Ekpa is slow. Let us go with that speed. The restoration of Biafra in 2023 is a sure banker, a mandate that every Biafran must stand on. You see some of them who have been distracted, mainly our brothers in the coastal region. Our brothers in the coastal region who has been distracted from the real thing. They got distracted from the real thing. This is how you know people who genuinely love their people. They don't love their people. In a situation where you have seen the death in your land, the destruction of your land, that the government have no job over, even they have given you amnesty, the amnesty did not save you from your problem. The amnesty instead increased your problem, increased the fraud in your area, yet you are still going into them for a political solution. And in the political solution, what do? They will throw your corn for you. As foul that you are, you begin to pursue the corn and eat. Today, they have thrown contract to them in the coastal region, and you see them pursuing contract. While they are busy pursuing contract and fighting themselves, the Zoological Republic is killing their people. The Zoological Republic is destroying the land of Biafra, destroying our brothers and sisters in that area and killing them. And they don't care. They are busy fighting against pipeline protection. You are protecting pipeline for the enemy. Why the enemy is busy killing you and destroying your land? This is what is going on. If you think I'm making it up, I'm going to play a video, a documentary from their own conventional media, from AIT. I want you to listen to what they have to say. Every single word, and you see the destruction that the Zoological Republic is bringing on the coastal region, simply because they are distracted and they are focused on pipeline protection instead of protecting their land. Listen to this very program.
According to the Ijaw youth, the past 15 years have witnessed several communities that have allegedly been invaded by security agents in the guise of curtailing crime and criminality, which they said has caused more harm to the inhabitants of those communities.
We have watched with restraint the numerous destructions of communities, killings and maiming of innocent and harmless children, men and women, including the elderly, under the pretense of going after unrepentant militants and oil thieves. It was Igbo yesterday, today is Bile, and nobody knows the community in Ijaw land that will be next. We are anguished and are pale beyond description as thousands of our people have been rendered homeless.
The last years witnessed relative calm in the oil-rich region, and the Ijaw Youth Congress has reiterated that it will continue to encourage any sincere action against economic sabotage and the remediation of the environment which has been degraded.
It is a fact that the top echelon of the Nigerian military and their boys are involved in the crude oil theft and illegal bunkering activities that is going on in the Niger Delta region. When their interests or investments are breached by some restive youths, they label communities close to these sites as allegedly harboring gunmen and invade such communities with impunity.
On Monday, September 26, 2022, AIT reached the spokesman of Operation Dial to Save, Major Adenikan Ojo, for comments, and he said he had not been in town and promised to give a feedback to the enquiries on the allegations by the Ijaw Youth Council. Major Ojo was again contacted by AIT on Tuesday, 27th, and still gave the same response. Only Sophine Owe, AIT News, Yenagoa.
You have seen it. You saw it clearly. I hope you heard what they were saying. That was the Ijaw youth. Ijaw youths we are speaking. That the military are the ones who are sponsoring the bunkering that's happening in the area. And when the villagers confront them about the bunkering, or when they see that the villagers are challenging them, they will now go and frame up the villagers as those who are sponsoring the bunkering. Then they will bring in their soldiers and wipe away the village, vacate the place so they can have chance to begin to steal their resources. This is what is going on. Meanwhile, instead of those who call themselves militants to be fighting against this, they are busy pursuing, protecting that same pipeline for the enemy. They are busy sharing money and fighting against for money. But their own people are being destroyed. You heard it from them. The Ijaw youth themselves, you see them complaining. You see them complaining. But when you talk about Biafra, a Biafra that is going to give every single one of us independence. Mazen Nankanu said it all the time, that there are nations in Biafra. Ijaw is a nation of its own. Efik is a nation of its own. There are so many nations in Biafra land, and when Biafra comes, you will stand on your own and control your resources. Nobody is fighting to dominate you. Nobody is fighting to be controlling of you. You have to control your own resources. And in fact, let me tell you, every state in Biafra land, every single state in Biafra land have oil. Have oil in a commercial quantity. Every state in Biafra land have oil in a commercial quantity. So if you think it is because of oil that some section of the Biafra land is fighting for you, you are a joker. You are a joker. And that is the mindset of some of them. Some of them think it's a matter of oil. Oil that is now outdated. Look at them complaining. Ijaw youth are complaining that their villagers have been wiped out. Military men come in and supervise the massacre of their people and take them away from the village. You don't have to be able to have a way to steal the oil. And when you hear about oil theft, crude oil theft, who buys crude oil, my brothers and sisters? Who buys it? Do common people say crude oil? Can commoners be able to say crude oil? Can commoners be able to say crude oil? Is it not still the government? And all these people, all these Fulani Janjaweed military that have been pushed in the southeast, in the coastal region, they are the ones superheading the mining and taking away of oil and sell on their own. And when the villagers confront them, what they do, they frame up the village and they go to the barrack and bring battalions to kill the villagers as people who are fighting, who are destroying the pipeline. They will use that system to wipe away the village, then they will have space to do what they want to do. This is the game that have been going on in the coastal region. And yet, these people who are fighting for pipeline control, they are not wise enough to go and fight against this. They are not wise enough to pay attention and fight against this nonsense that is happening. They are still busy chasing shadows. Very busy chasing shadows. They are instead busy fighting against their own blood brothers who they are supposed to protect. People who are fighting even for them, for everybody to be free, everybody to be able to control their resources. Instead, you are still holding hand on the evil of the old, on the false information that was given to you, on the lies that we are told to you that an Igbo man wants to control you. Which Igbo man wants to control you? Igbo right from time have never gone to any war or fought any war to dominate anybody. They have never ever made a movement of going to any war to fight or dominate anybody. It is not because they cannot fight a war. It is not because they don't have the population. It is not because they not many, but they don't do that. It is against their morals. They never dominate anybody. They never conquer anybody. They never take over anybody's land. Every inch of land that we are talking about today, as we talk about the struggle of Biafra, is Biafra land. We are not talking about any land that belongs to any other region. We are not talking about Oludua land to take their land. We are not talking about to take a land in the Middle Belt. We are not talking about land to take a land of the Fulanis. We are talking about our own land is what we are after, to protect Biafra land. Any place where Biafra people are, any place where your mother tied 2 pieces of wrapper, that is the Biafra land, and we want to protect it by all means possible. We are not seeking for anybody's land, and that is how it has always been from the onset. But the Janjaweed came to push this blackmail of lie that the Igbo man is domineering. Igbo man dominates. Igbo man want to dominate you. Igbo man want to kill you. Igbo Biafra want to kill you. Yet, your own brother, you cannot read between the line and know that this your brother is fighting for your cause. All of us must not be timid. All of us must not be cowards and timid. There are people who are born that way, to speak out when they see evil. They will face it squarely. They don't run away from challenges. That is what the Igbos are. The Igbo Biafrans, they don't run away from challenges. No matter how difficult a place is, they go there and strive and they survive. And that is the testimony that everybody been given. And that is the fear of the Janjaweed. The greatest fear of the Janjaweed. Why they do not want us anywhere. Why they are planning day and night to make sure that they destroy the Biafran people. Because they know that Biafrans are people who cannot stay down. They can't stay down. Wherever you keep them, they are going to strive. That is why they are fighting hard to press us down. And instead of their brothers to put hand together, put hand and fight in unity and liberate themselves, then explore and increase the way they have to increase. They don't want it. They are still holding hand on the false information that was fed to them. How long should you continue to hold on to lies? How long will you continue to hold on lies and believe lies? How long? Why they are killing you? Enough is enough. Time has come when every Biafran man and woman has to wake up. The liberation of Biafra has started. It doesn't matter what you think or what you do. It cannot stop. Listen and listen good. It doesn't matter how you feel, what you think, or the suggestion you have. The liberation has started and it will not stop. All you have to do now is to key in. If you know any area you're going to participate, any area you want to play a role, begin to play that role now. Don't wait. Don't allow somebody to take your seat. The Biafran train have left the station and we are going home. We are far, far, far ahead of them. The Zoological Republic cannot stop the coming of Biafra. As they are unfolding their campaign today, we have already started the campaign of the liberation of Biafra. It has started on different fronts. Water, everywhere. It is happening. And for those of you who are Thomas, you want to see a video, wait. The enemy themselves will confess when the time comes. They're going to confess. But I'm telling you that it has started. Water, everywhere, all angles. In all angles. And we must be free. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter what you think. You like it, you don't like it. Our freedom is sure. And we are going home. No man born of a woman can stop our going. We will go home. We will go home. All you have to do is to key in. Key in. The election of Nigeria can never, ever give you peace. If some of you need to forget all this information, some of you need to forget all the information, why we must not pay attention to anything called election. Not only the Biafran. If you are an indigenous person in that Zoological Republic, you must not pay attention to anything called election. Don't pay attention because it cannot save you. It cannot bring any solution. It will only bring death and destruction. I am not only saying it. Somebody has said it in the House of Assembly, and I'm going to play it. It's always good each time we play these videos to remind you so that you will know the stance, where we are coming from, why we are saying what we are saying, why we are doing what we are doing, that we are not just making it up. We are not just making it up. We are saying what we are saying because it is the right thing to do. It's the right thing to say. We have to save ourselves. We have to save our life. Let me check if I can find the video and play for you. We are a senator, and the House of Senate was saying it, that Nigeria can never, ever know peace. They can never, ever survive. They can never, ever know anything called progress as long as they are standing on the constitution they're using. And tell me, did P2B tell you that he's going to change constitution? Has they changed the constitution? P2B is still contesting based on that constitution that you are told that nothing can work based on that constitution. Nothing can function based on that constitution. A senator said in the heart of Senate. When you look at all these things, that is why I say I play some videos from the conventional media for you to be able to read between the lines see in their, sometimes they mistakenly say the truth. That is the difference between those people who call themselves activists in the Zulu Republic and those of us who are Biafra agitators. The activists in Nigeria, they know the problem. They know that Nigeria cannot work, but they don't have a solution. They don't have a solution. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader of IPOB, knows very well that Nigeria cannot work. He didn't only know, he knows the solution. And the only solution is referendum. Self-determination for every indigenous tribe. Self-determination. People be on their own, grow at their own speed. That is the only solution where peace can reign. That is the only place you can find peace. Each time you see them coming to say, they say they don't want a Nigeria where people will be undermined. You don't want a Nigeria where people will be not treated equal. You want a Nigeria where there will be equality, where there will be justice. Where are you going to find such Nigeria? Where? On which planet? Where are you going to find a Nigeria with justice, a Nigeria with equality? Where are you going to find it? There is no place you can find it in this world, maybe in the next world. That is why, as we are living in this present world, Biafrans will not be part of anything called election. Listen to what a senator said in the heart of the Senate in their own country. Listen and hear him clear. Why we must not believe any politician or whatever they are doing.
When a nation or republic cannot keep faith with justice and with the truth, it will never achieve unity. It will never achieve peace, and it will never achieve progress. Mr. President, sir, one of us quoted from this constitution and went ahead to make prescription for how to move forward. I dare to tell this nation today that this is the problem. This constitution can never give us progress. This constitution can never give us peace. This constitution can never give us unity. And unfortunately, most of us in this National Assembly, we don't have the spine to face what we need to give this republic to have peace and progress. What do I mean? This constitution has 68 items. 68 on the exclusive list. This constitution has only 12 on the concurrent list. And those 12 are written so nebulously, so fraudulently, that you know that the intention is to even undermine those concurrent lists. That is why those who want unity and peace in Nigeria must first remember that the name of our republic is not just Nigeria. The formal name of this republic is Federal Republic of Nigeria.
I will not bother you with much word. You have heard it from him. You have heard it. These are what we are saying. This is what we are saying. You know, when we say certain things, people think that it's because Biafran people are saying it. They don't believe what we are saying. Because it's coming from the side of Biafra. They think it's just we're making it up. But all these that we are saying are the truth and nothing but the truth. The truth are nothing but the truth. There is no way the Fulanese, they don't want to hear anything called restructuring. They don't want to hear anything called the changing of constitution. It doesn't matter who becomes a president. Even before you become a president, as you see Peter Obi visiting the north, visiting all the emirs, that is one of the things he's going to sign up for. As you see Peter Obi visiting all the emirs in the north, one of the things he's going to fight for is sign up for. One of the things he's going to sign up for is to make sure Nigeria is not restructured. That makes sure Nigeria never go into federalism. That is one of the things he's going to sign up for. That is why you see them, even after campaigning with restructuring, they begin to give it a different meaning. They tell you they don't know the meaning anymore. After they tell you they don't know the meaning of restructuring anymore. after they must have campaigned with it and deceived people. And if you think it's a lie, let me play one tone for you to show you the mindset of people in the North. Even somebody who is trying to contest as a vice president, what he has to say about the structure. Somebody who is going to contest as a vice president, and you think somebody who is even a leader of the Boko Haram, that when he comes to power or in this contest, you think that he's going to allow you or to change anything. You are a joker. Listen and see what Shetima has to say.
Talking about constricting the journey from London to New York to 31 minutes. But unfortunately, the topical issue in Nigeria is restructuring. Restructuring my foot. To hell with restructuring. Let's improve on the quality of governance. Let's work for the people. Let's invest in education.
Did you hear him? Did you hear him? He said, restructuring my foot. To hell with restructuring. That is the vice presidential candidate of the APC speaking. In his own word, he said, to hell with restructuring. Restructuring my foot. Look at the person talking about education. You want to improve education. How can someone like Shetima, who is the leader of Boko Haram, improve education? How can a leader of Boko Haram improve education when Boko Haram tells that education is a taboo? Boko Haram, education is a taboo. What does it mean? And their leader is telling you about education. You didn't see that deceit, eh? You didn't see it. You must be a joker. That is why Mazen Nandekano in his own words said that if you are a Biafran, and you are still hoping on election, you are hoping on politics, you are talking about a new Nigeria. If you are a Biafran, mainly a Biafran, and you are believing on politics, you are preparing yourself for this. That is what Mazen Nandekano said. I didn't say it. I want to play it again for those who didn't see it when I played it the first time. I want to play it again for you to see what Mazen Nandekano have to say about politics, about this election that you are seeing today, that people are jumping up and down. Why Biafrans are not bothered? Why we say it cannot happen in Biafra land? Hear from Mazen Nandekano directly.
They are part of sign agreement. New Nigeria. Let's move for New Nigeria. Me, you talk to me about New Nigeria. You're a madman. A child of Biafra. You're to discuss New Nigeria. Thunder will destroy you and your lineage. These are the idiots. When they're talking, hey, the Fulanis are coming. They are coming here. The Gambari, they are coming. So when I was telling you before, you didn't know. So you did not know before. You were deaf and dumb. When I was telling you before that they are coming, you didn't know. They married that they were coming. Useless set of people. Psychophants. IPOB is consistency personified. We don't change. It doesn't matter what you do. You can write your garbage. You can yap and gossip from now till 2099. That is your business. We don't move an iota. Where we are is where we are. Our agenda is our agenda. We are not shaking. Not to the right, not to the left. Unshakable. Gossip from now till the kingdom come. Unshakable. Indestructible. This movement is indestructible. Not by man. They have not given birth to you to convince me to join New Nigeria movement. A bunch of criminals and bastards everywhere. I am a child of heaven. I'm a child of heaven. I don't engage in all this nonsense. Biafra is my mission. My parents died as soon as Elohim said it is there. Look at it, I've given it to you people. And he called them. Then I move forward and then get Biafra. Nonsense. New Nigeria. Thunder fire all of you.
You have heard directly from Mazen Nandekano. You have heard. So if you are one of those who is still talking about one Nigeria or their so-called new Nigeria, shame on you. Already, already. We must be resolute, consistent. Remember, Mazen Nanikan have told us that consistency is the key. And that is my memory verse in this very channel. Consistency is the key. Every channel where I handle, the memory verse there is consistency is the key. That is the only key for you to win the heart of Biafran people. That is the only key for you to get Biafra restored. That is why our brother, Master Simon Ekpa, the spokesperson of Biafra, is waxing strong. He's waxing stronger every day because he is very consistent, unshakable, unbribable. One of those born from their mother's womb to restore Biafra. And Mazen Nandekano saw him and recognized him. And he told us, Mazen Nandekano is watching himself. And Mazen Nandekano, when he recognized someone, when somebody called in a question and answer program, in his program, Mazen Nandekano program, I was watching his live. In a program that Mazen Nandekano was hosting on Friday, question and answer, somebody called in. That time, Mazen Nandekano have not even joined IPOB. He's just broadcasting on his own. Broadcasting on his own, talking about the Biafra issue. He has not joined IPOB yet. Somebody called and told Mazen Nandekano, there is somebody called Mazen Simon Ekpa. He's broadcasting every day and talking about it. Is he a member of IPOB? Why is he talking about it? Mazen Nandekano told that very person. Clear, and I'm going to look for that very video, bring it. That audio and bring it. He told that very person that Simon Ekpa is Machineke. That only Machineke will do what Simon Ekpa is doing. He said it pump and plain, openly, without missing word. Mazen Nandekano said it, that only Machineke will do what Simon Ekpa is doing. Then Simon Ekpa has not even joined IPOB. And he's said in that very, in his own word, that even if he has not joined IPOB now, that Simon Ekpa definitely is IPOB by birth, and he's going to join IPOB family. And it happened. Simon Ekpa joined IPOB, took an oath, did every necessary that had to do. And Mazen Nandekano see him more and made revelation of the new dimension through him. That was an anointing. Anointed him when he saw the new dimension. He anointed him, the new dimension. That Simon Ekpa is going to come through. That we should embrace it, support it, share his videos, listen to him. Some people got mad. People got mad. Instead of them trying to improve themselves, instead of them trying to look for a way to improve themselves, to do something meaningful for themselves, jealousy, anger, and envy drove them away. And today, they have been sacked. The Department of Sabotua. They have been sacked and sent to oblivion. They don't have any voice anymore. Biafran don't listen to them. All they are doing is to go and borrow voices. And the voices they are borrowing to speak on their own behalf have damaged the whole thing the more. Has exposed themselves the more. Today, Biafrans know better. Biafrans know better. And they are crying foul. Every one of them who have already decided to commit suicide because of the coming of Biafra. Before the ending of this year, you will hear their stories. Because Biafra will definitely come. 2023. Biafra will come. No man born of a woman will stop it. And we are going home. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you say. We are going home. And before I go, I have to play another sound bite from Mazen Nandekano for you to know that united we stand, but divided we fall. And I thank you, remember that Mazen Simon Ekpa has started doing that very unity. He started from that unity, uniting all the armed group in Biafra land. They are now marching together as one to restore Biafra. That is why the liberation is going to take a short time. All the armed groups are together. The genuine ones, they're all together, marching together. And I want you to hear this soundbite from Mazen Nandekano, our resolve to protect Biafra land.
I speak as a human being who is possessed of a compatriot spirit and empathy with the suffering of human beings everywhere, especially in the zoo that Britain created called Nigeria. Second, I speak as a witness to the suffering of Biafrans at the hands of their so-called fellow citizens in the zoo called Nigeria. And what we want to make abundantly clear is that we are warning everybody who is a stakeholder in the zoo about our determination and our resolve to ensure that our land is defended. This is a result.
You heard it. That we must defend our land. We must defend our land. It is the responsibility of you and I. We must make sure we defend our land. And if you think that you can stand on the way of Biafrans, you're as good as dead. If you think you can stand in the way of the Biafran people, you are as good as dead. Nobody can stand in our way because we have resolved to protect and defend Biafra land by all means possible. That is the resolution that the Biafrans have passed. That is the resolution that every Biafran have passed. We are all into it, that the Biafra land must be defended. If you think that you can stand on the way of Biafra, hear this and watch.
Are yet to wake up from your slumber or your sleep and get the point that we are exiting Nigeria. Exiting Nigeria is not going to come from the platter of golden plate. You have to sacrifice for it. And we are ready to sacrifice everything, including you, if you come and stand in the way of freedom. So you need to know how serious we are. We are damn serious. Some of you are not getting it. You think we are here to build political movement? We are here for freedom. Freedom comes with price. Okay? The only thing you can do is to comment on social media. Don't ever stand on the way of Biafra freedom. We'll crush you.
Their interest is suppressed. Biafra is the key. Once they can hold Biafra down, they can hold all of Africa down. Hey, freedom fighting, sorry. Because all these people are criminals, they are saying there is no way this man cannot be a criminal like themselves. They don't have a different breed altogether. They don't know that. I am Nnamdi Kanu. I don't do all this nonsense you do. My father was a very rich man, not ostentatious. I had the finest education that his money could afford. We are not poor. Have never been. That is why a poor man cannot be a freedom fighter. If you're not full of yourself, you cannot be a freedom fighter. You have to go everywhere. We must continue.
You have heard from Mazen Nandekan. You heard directly from our spring leader. What else do you want me to say? What else do you want to hear from me? I urge you, any place you are, or my advice for you is to pay attention. Be security conscious. If you are watching from Biafra land mainly, or you're watching from abroad, please relate to your family in Biafra land. Tell them to be security conscious. The liberation of Biafra have started. The liberation of Biafra have started on a high speed. There are so many cities at home that are coming. Remember the Asaba massacre that I want to remember. Don't be involved. Don't allow another Asaba massacre to happen. Don't allow yourself to be part of a new Asaba massacre. Asaba massacre, the people who fall into that victim were able to fall victim because they were playing neutral. They decided to sit on the fence. They neither want to be Biafra and they decided to play that they are Nigeria. Let me tell you, the Fulani Janja will know you better than you know yourself. It doesn't matter whether you support Biafra or you don't support Biafra. The Fulanis know you as a Biafran. As long as you are from the old southeastern region and you pretend not to be a Biafran, you pretend not to protect your people, they are going to take you out. They will take you out. The people that sat on the fence during the civil war were killed in Asaba massacre because they refused to defend the border. It is going to happen again if care is not taken. We have to learn from history. As we are going to celebrate Asaba massacre, is a total lockdown on Biafra land. Everybody have to pay attention. Be security conscious. We are not going to celebrate the October 1st. On October 1st, it's also a total lockdown in Biafra land. And that October 1st, that day we are going to have the ESN fundraising, mega fundraising. On that day, prepare yourself to support the ESN by all means possible. Whatever angle you're going to support the ESN, prepare yourself to support the ESN. We are moving forward. Forward ever and backward never. No amount of trouble, no amount of distraction will distract us from where we are today. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every single one of you that is watching, wherever you're watching from. If you're watching from Biafra land, you're watching from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, whichever part of the world you're watching from, I say may Chukwu Okike guide and protect you. If you're watching from Biafra land, no weapon of the enemy will attack you. No weapon of the enemy will get to you. Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect and secure you. You're going out and you're coming in. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect every Biafran all over the world, wherever you are. Every single one of us will return home to raise the flag of Biafra alive. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect the Oduduwa people. They are going to see Oduduwa and it will come. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to protect the Middle Belters. They will see their own freedom and they will going to celebrate it. Any other person from any region at all, for any part of the world that is genuinely seeking for freedom, you will see freedom in your lifetime. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect Sunday Igboho, secure him and strengthen him wherever he is. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect our brother Simon Ekpa, secure him, give him more wisdom, knowledge and understanding, strengthen him, give him more strength, give him more mental toughness and more revelations so that he can continue to be our spokesperson and always speak the mind of the Biafra and take word from the heart of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu as he has been doing. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our supreme leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu wherever he is. Any poison injected in the body of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will never have effects. Chukwu Okike Abiama will unleash his doctors from above. Chukwu Okike Abiama will unleash doctors to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to secure him, to minister to him, to remove every deformation in his body, any contamination in his body. It will be removed in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going to come back on my page. If you have time, you can join me on King David Exploit Expose. I'm going to be broadcasting there in the next hour. I will be there to broadcast also. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for all that you have done. Those who have been with me from the beginning of this broadcast up to this time, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to strengthen you. Thank you and stay blessed. See you again soon.